Today we are once again looking at Mikey, a Diamond 1 Baptiste. They requested this review directly on my Google form, where they wrote, "I'm really looking forward to your feedback on my Baptiste gameplay. I know I have many areas to improve, like my positioning, sometimes focusing too much on healing, and my overall game sense. I recently moved from Diamond 3 to Diamond 1 in just a week, which I'm proud of. My goal is to reach Masters, and I appreciate any advice you could give to help me get there. Thanks a lot for your time and help." Yeah, congratulations on going from Diamond 3 to Diamond 1 since I last reviewed you a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we'll definitely see what we can do to help you keep climbing further. So getting right into it, first thing we always want to do is take a look at our team comp. We got Reinhardt, Genji Echo, Bap Ana. So we got the Bap Ana. That's a lot of healing, which means we're going to have more freedom to go for damage. I think based on the comp, Ana is better equipped to help your DPS, your Genji and Echo. That means ideally we should be working behind Ryan and helping him mostly, but obviously it depends on what goes in the box. So let's see what happens. Yeah, try to LOS the Widow. I like this position to start. Not good that your Genji died. So I do like how you're going for weaving to start. That was one thing we talked about in your last VOD. Hopefully that means we can, instead of me telling you to weave, we could talk more so about the patterns that you should be doing. But I don't like this rotation by your Rhine, especially since we've already lost 2 people. Yeah, so your Genji and your Ana died pretty fast, and your Rhine made a really bad rotation that LOS'd him from you. So, you know, we lost this fight fast. It's not your fault whatsoever. Yeah, just try to do some damage, farm up your ult. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why your diva went all the way to point. You know, they already capped. There's no point in contesting here anymore. This is a better space to hold. Like, I think as Bap, maybe if you recognize that your diva was going deep, you could have, you know, LOS the Bob and Exo boosted up here with your Echo to help diva. But I mean, honestly, I don't blame you for not doing that, and I don't think our diva should just push right into the enemy team like this.
They have superior numbers.
Fall back.
Sombra online.
You're going to be fine.
We do have our ult though, so want to see how you use this. Yeah, you can think about going up on that high ground to try to punish the Tracer if you hear her, which is exactly what you're doing. I like it. Just want to see how we use that regen. Yeah, you were basically, I think you were like 190, 200 HP when you used your regen. I want you to hold on to it a little bit longer. Wait until like you're less than half HP, or if you've got multiple teammates around you that need healing at the same time. You definitely don't want to use that early, especially since it has a long cooldown. That's key to your survivability. People always talk about the 3 health pools with BAP. That is one of them. So we definitely want to have that when we're low. Okay. I mean, that's one of those windows that was not ideal in hindsight. You know, it was just the hog there and he LOS'd, but like, I get it. Your diva was taking a lot of pressure. You wanted to make sure she was okay. Might have been better to try to heal diva, push up, and then use the window maybe here where we could really trap people. But yeah, I mean, I understand the thought process in the moment for sure. And I don't like how our tank is pushing. I like that you got the kill. You could think about, you weren't taking any pressure. maybe you could try to poke out and get some damage. But I also understand why you might be wary of the hog hook. Our Ana and our D.Va are both in a weird position, and it's tough for us to really go support them. Even like right now, you can think about going up on these stairs. Like, you know, you can't see D.Va anyway. Ana's right here. She can know to... I mean, you could just go try to get some damage out, and D.Va should be aware of where you guys are and know to, like, boost back to you if she needs the healing. Yeah, try to be as active as possible if you can. Like, you can be a little more aggressive now. Yeah, this is not bad. Want to watch that again. So we were over here, you know, we back up because we took the dynamite. Yeah, I think we backed up a little bit too much there. We might have been able to put a little bit more pressure on the enemy team. But yeah, I feel like our tank is having a little bit of trouble with positioning and target focus, so ultimately I don't blame you. But let's talk about that. So you're backing up. You're backing and you're facing away. You have your back to the hog right now. So as you try to escape, you're moving in a straight line. He just hooks you and he kills you. So what I would like to see you do, I know you're on console. This is a little harder to do this, but instead of just, you know, backing up and looking in the direction you're going like it's a single player game, I want you to always look, you know, just back up with your, while facing where you know the enemy team is or where they're going to be. Because what you could have done if you had been looking and you had seen the hog, and you could definitely hear the audio. If you don't have headphones, I highly recommend you get them. I know some people on console don't, but anyway, getting off track. If you had been looking in this direction, you know, we could have strafed, maybe avoided the hook, and we definitely could have been getting more damage out to farm our next ult sooner. So yeah, don't ever just look in the direction you're going. Always try to look in the direction where like your team and the enemy team are. Even as you're backing up or moving around. Yeah, so backing that up. Our tank died, which wasn't good. I think we hung out here a little bit too long, especially, you know, when our D.Va died. I think we should have backed up a little sooner. Maybe, you know, done a little bit more damage through this doorway and kept backing up. Because what happened is we took that headshot. We had to use our regen. Little early on the lamp, but I understand that to try to keep your Ana safe. But now we have no cooldowns and we end up dying. So this isn't really your fault. You know, your whole team is just getting rolled and staggering right now, but we're contributing to, this is just an example of us contributing to the stagger, which we want to try to avoid doing, if possible. Yeah, our tank is hooked again. You could even think about like throwing up window for the Bob. Okay, if you don't do that though, you could throw it up. Once you bait out the hog hook, maybe you could throw it up here, but you're a little too close. Yeah. So you get the kill on the Ashe, but you should recognize where your team is. You know, your Echo's gone back up to this high ground. You know, your D.Va's not here. You're on his way back here. Meanwhile, you're just hanging out main and basically frontlining. I don't want you just hanging out main like this unless you got like your teammates and especially your tank between yourself and the enemy team. You want to think about taking an angle, like you could have exo boosted up here sooner, even like back up here. But yeah, you don't want to just be out in the open because what happens is you're just right here. The hog, the tracer, they're going to focus you now. You know, you expend your lamp. You go to the high ground to escape, but they're already focused on you and hog hooks and kills you. So it looks like we might still win this fight, but that's just, you know, what if because you die and like Ana died, we don't have healing and we somehow lose even though we had an advantage. Those are the type of things you want to think about. And try to get some distance and throw out this window. Yeah, it's also a little tough. I actually don't like going into this side as any hero on King's Row third defense. I always, so I go out this door when I respawn, and I always try to play this area just so I can get better sight lines of the enemy team. I could be a little bit more aggressive sooner. And then also, like, generally, once you get to higher ranks, your teammates are all going to be going through this door as well. So, like, if we had been over here and we had thrown up the window, you know, maybe D.Va would have been, like, between us and the enemy team. She could have DM'd some of that damage, and we could have, you know, stayed safer and got more done. You know, like, this position over here, maybe if you're Life Weaver, this might be okay, but especially as more aggressive heroes or like aggressive-minded supports like Baptiste, I want you taking more aggressive angles like the other side.
The payload is approaching its destination.
It's not your day today.
Do clean up there. We still have EMP, so. But yeah, our Sombra's having a tough time too. Same thing. I'd like to see you on the other side here. See how passive this positioning is? You can really only heal your team. You're not going to even get vision to damage the enemy team until they've basically pushed up the cart. Whereas, like I said, you know, if you're over here, you get that deeper vision. You'll be able to do damage and put pressure on the enemy team sooner.
Here with a cue. Reloading. 1 second.
So you mentioned in your post you think you're healing too much. Like, this positioning right here is partially why you're healing too much, because you, as I said, you're putting yourself in a position where for most of the fight, that's all you can really do. And by the time you can do damage, you know, the hog's already pushed into your D.Va and D-Mector, and it's kind of too late.
EMP activated.
We're outnumbered. Round of healing.
You're just trying to stall now. Yeah. Once again, I don't necessarily blame you for that. I think your team's having a tough time in this game. But for sure, taking a more aggressive position in that last fight, I feel like we could have made much more of a difference. But yeah, let's see how the attack round goes.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3.
All right, so we got a Maga, and then Cass and Hanzo. We're staying on the Bap Ana. So yeah, we're playing Maga Watch. He's gonna need a lot of babysitting. Hopefully, Maga works a little bit better with his playstyle, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't like that rotation. Once again, he's rotating way around, isolating you guys. The pocketed Ash just has free sights down this area, and, you know, Hanzo, and then you die very fast. Like, maybe we could have, like, crouch strafed, play a little bit more corners, but I understand why you were making that rotation, and ultimately, I think just that bad, unnecessarily long rotation by our tank is what cost you guys there. Yeah, as a tank, for all my tank players out there, you got to play slower. You got to be constantly turning around, knowing where your team is. You know, go to one corner, go to another, and just slowly inch your way forward as you take space. Especially like as a brawl tank, you want to play those corners and kind of force people to play into your close range. You don't want to go fast and reckless, LOS your team, and then leave them exposed.
Everyone feeling better? You're completely healed.
Nice, you recognize the Mercy's low. Good target focus. Alright, once you get vision of the enemy team, I want you to start weaving. There we go. You do a little more damage, but that's fine. I don't mind this angle, but okay, your Ana died, so we want to rotate back main. Yeah, nice try. I like how you were trying to take a different angle to try to apply some pressure, but like, you know, your Ana died fast and we kind of fell apart from there.
How about I try that again? You're going to be fine. Stay alive for me.
Little early on the regen once again. I don't think I've been pointing these out every time, but yeah, definitely like holding on to your regen a little bit longer is going to improve your survivability as BAP tremendously. We don't need to use it to just top us off, especially now that we have the support passive. Yeah, Weave, your Mog is taking a lot of damage there, so let's back that up. So when Maga puts himself in the cage fight, I mean, it's safe to assume that everybody's gonna be just focusing him down. And as we saw, he took a lot of damage. And you're just DPSing this whole time. Like, we didn't do one healing shot that entire time. It's tough because he died fast, but this is an example of where we want to do the shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal weaving pattern to just try to get max heals per second out on our Maga and keep him alive as long as possible while still getting damage on the enemies.
Someone call for a medic?
But nice kills.
I'm fighting.
Okay, so we still cap, which is good, but yeah, it's just, you know, it was pretty much just Ana and Hanzo. You know, you, Cass, and Maga all died. So, yeah, it was a little tough. Definitely, that was a very close fight. It's a good thing your teammates clutched it, but we want to try to stay alive in those scenarios just in case. And keeping your Maga up so he takes more of the pressure would have helped with that, but it's fine. Little early on the regen once again. Good lamp though. Yeah, weave your damage. I'm healing. I would back out of here, especially once you realize the enemy team is has backed off. You should recognize when it's safe to push up out of here because, you know, it's leaving you exposed to this flank right here. It looks like Hog's coming for you. Like, I get you're trying to heal your Cass, but honestly, like, you should mostly be paying attention to this area where the enemy team is. You know, you could flick over to your Cass, like, heal him once, like, land one healing shot, and then just keep turning this way and expect him to move up. Because we don't pay attention to it, it's putting us in a tough spot, and exactly, so the Hog hooks us. So especially like if you're in this area that has like an area where you can be like you could be flanked on, you want to be paying attention to that, and you want to be looking in the direction of the enemy team in general.
I've got you in my sights. So let's go. Big performance.
Nice shot.
Let them up.
Nice. Yeah, you know, maybe the window positioning wasn't ideal, but honestly, you were able to heal your Maga and get the Ashe to back off, so I don't mind that. Although your Maga's getting bullied by the whole Hog. So, he escapes. careful of the Widow, but it's fine. We killed the Mauga and the Mercy, which is great.
Listen to me,
Engaging the enemy.
That's nice. So yeah, we do kill the Widow, which is good. I like how you were healing your Widow to make sure she won the Widow duel. The other thing you could think about is if you know your Widows are dueling each other, you could poke out and start trying to damage her as well, just to, you know, put extra pressure. You know, maybe she gets a little overwhelmed and backs off, or maybe that's the difference between whether or not your team gets the kill. But it's fine. Your Ana did that, and that's why we're able to finish her off.
keep the payload moving.
And that's just unfortunate. Nothing you could do about an environmental kill on your tank. Your Mauga's just got to be a little bit more aware with his positioning.
No one can hide from my sight.
Yeah, your cast died fast. Maybe we could have thrown out Lamp, but it's fine. Yeah, it's a little tough. You know, your Mauga died again for the second time in a row to the environmental kill. I mean, honestly, like, it's a little bit tough because we're facing double sniper. They're controlling high ground, and Mauga can't really do anything to contest that. You know, maybe try to, like, play around and, like, go in and try to bully the Hog would probably be your best bet. Or, like, if your Mauga can't figure out what to do, you could always suggest he switch maybe, like, to D.Va, because D.Va can go, you know, use her boosters to contest the snipers. She can also boost out of here if Hog hooks her. Once again, not your fault, but there's things about suggestions you can make to your teammates. You could say, hey, we can go D.Va and try to dive the snipers or something. Yeah, I want to see you use this, I want to see you try to use this window. So, for one, you know, we died to the Widow, but I would have liked to see you throw up the window maybe a little bit further, just so your team could use it, because maybe the value from that, I mean, maybe the extra damage, we could have denied the Kitsune Rush, potentially. It's a little tough. I also understand you might have been a little wary of the Hog over here, who might hook one of you guys once again. But yeah, and the other thing too, I just want you paying attention and knowing where the Widow is. Don't expose yourself to long sightlines unless you know the Widow is not controlling them. Because we just hung out here a little bit too long, and that's why we got headshot. You know, maybe if we had even, like, rotated, like, around this way or something, it might have been a little bit better. Yeah, definitely pay attention to, if you don't know where the Widow is, be careful about playing long sight lines, and always try to avoid her, unless she's looking at other people.
They weren't kidding about her.
Nanoboost administered.
Yeah, back up.
A little medicine goes a long way.
Alright, it's good. We avoid the hook there. I want to see you try to get a little bit more of an aggressive angle. Know where the Widow is. And try to focus other people, or focus Widow if she's not looking at you. Yeah, it's a little tough though. They're throwing their ults out. Yeah, it's best that we just wait these out.
Here with the cue. Give them another blow before it's over.
It's a little tough. You know, we spent a little bit of time inactive. I get it. You were trying to avoid the Widow, but once again, if you know, like, if you see the Widow controlling this sight line, you could maybe try to back up into here. Even like committing to this jump right here, and then, you know, backing out if you realize the Widow's focusing you. That would have been better than just kind of hanging out here a little inactive, unsure what to do. But yeah, it's tough because we're just you know, we're getting sniped, and your team is getting sniped, and we just don't really have the comp to address that.
Get into the field.
And our hit scan aren't really able to address that either.
We move now or not at all. Attack.
Okay, so I get what you're trying to do. You were trying to touch the cart to trigger an overtime, but you did it too soon. Let's see when you touch. So you're touching when there's 5 seconds, well, it was like 5.5, and you died really fast. It's 3.8 seconds. So in order to trigger overtime on the cart in, you know, in payload maps, escort hybrid, it needs to be within 3 seconds of the overtime. So you should have waited at least a couple more seconds if that's what you were looking to do. I don't think it would have made a difference, but that's just a general tip about triggering overtime. And yeah, as we can see, nobody's there to push, and that's the game. So yeah, I mean, it was a rough game. I don't really blame you necessarily. I feel like just your team was having trouble. I think the enemy hit scan, especially at the end, we're doing a really good job getting the picks first, and we didn't really have the comp or our DPS were having trouble addressing that as well. You know, you could call out your team for changes if you want. But yeah, especially with the way your tank was playing, pushing a little too forward, I kind of understand. It was really tough to do stuff, but little things, you know, don't look in the direction you're going, especially when you're backing up. Always try to pay attention to where the enemy team is. Try to get long, try to get angles where you can where you can be aggressive sooner. I think like King's Row third defense, the third defense on there, that really hurt us. And then, yeah, hold on to your regen a little bit longer. You're using it a little bit too early. I'd like to see you use it till when you're like either below half, or if you've got multiple teammates around you taking damage. That'll improve your survivability tremendously. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Let me know if you have any questions. If anyone would like to request a VOD review, check the link in the description, and best of luck with your climb.